What up, though? The architecture and design of man and woman. The marvel of the human body revealed. Alexander Ciaris. Text written by Barry Worth. Once a sperm penetrates the ovum, their nuclei fuse and a single new cell zygote is produced that contains genetic instructions from both parents. The information is encoded on genes strung like pop beads along 23 pairs of linear threads, chromosomes, in the nucleus. Each gene synthesizes a copy of itself from available chemicals. Then the chromosomes split lengthwise, minting two half chromosomes, each of which promptly moves aside so that when the cell itself pancakes and splits, as if being pulled by a drawstring into equal halves. Each with its own nucleus, its DNA is a perfect copy, intact and ready to repeat the process. The origami of cells dividing and differentiating into new forms begins indolently. After waiting almost 2 days to cleave again, the daughter cells each split a few more times, clustering in a soap bubble like ball, then balloon into a single layered hollow sphere around a fluid filled cavity, a new formation known as a blastocyst. Because up to now, all the cells have been identical, we would expect them to grow up into an endlessly subdividing ball. But with subtle shifts in chemistry and orientation, the blastocyst has an inside and outside, and soon a top and bottom, front and back, and two sides. A process begins whereby different genes are switched on and off in different cells. From this very geometry emerges within a month, a folded C-shaped living structure with a head and a tail, and within 2 months, a recognizably human form. After fertilization, the second great challenge of reproduction is the joining of two lives, embryo and mother. The blastocyst, a parasitic barely visible dot measuring less than 1/100th of an inch across, is swept along the length of the fallopian tube and tumbles into the uterus. Meanwhile, hormones from the abandoned follicles in the mother's ovaries bathe the uterine lining, making it soft, porous, and absorbent, receptive. As cells along the rim of the blastocyst secreting machete-like enzymes to erode the uterine lining, make contact, they latch on. Rupturing the mother's capillaries, these rim cells fuse into a tough protective membrane. Burrowing further, the blastocyst becomes awash in the mother's starch-rich blood, and finger-like structures from inside the chorion reach out and tap the mother's circulation. Vampire myths may originate in the unconscious recollection of this earliest mother-child encounter. The ideal site for implantation is located on the back wall of the uterus, near the support and protection of the spine. A disc a disc-shaped mass of blood-rich tissue soon emerges from the blastula to form an exchange organ, placenta, between the chorion and the uterine wall. How interesting they mention vampire myths may originate in the unconscious recollection of this earliest mother-child encounter, and then a disc-shaped mass of blood, or they say that because a disc-shaped mass of blood-rich tissue soon emerges from the blastula. Blastula, Dracula. Vampire myths may originate in the unconscious recollection of this earliest mother-child encounter. Clever or sick? Let's shake it. Blood vessels from the mother and embryo intertwine in the placenta without actually joining, allowing stale blood to be exchanged for fresh, waste products for nourishment, embryonic hormones for maternal hormones, all while barring the passage of infection and most other harmful agents. Mirrored in nature. Top left, these are tubules where sperm develop. Top right, kiwi fruit slices with developing seeds. Bottom left, external genitalia in embryo. Bottom right, mosquito proboscis. Again, mirrored in nature. Top left, sperm. Top right, tadpoles. Bottom left, interior surface of the fallopian tube, cilia, and microvilli. Bottom right, flower pistils. Bible gateway, Exodus, God's word. When the Lord brings you to the land of Canaanites and gives it to you, as he swore to you and your ancestors, sacrifice every firstborn male offspring to the Lord. The firstborn male offspring of each of your animals belongs to the Lord. It will cost you a sheep or a goat to buy any firstborn donkey back from the Lord. If you don't buy it back, then you must break the donkey's neck. You must also buy every firstborn son back from the Lord. In the future, when your children ask you what this means, tell them, the Lord used his mighty hand to bring us out of slavery in Egypt, when Pharaoh was too stubborn to let us go. The Lord killed every firstborn male in Egypt, human and animal. This is why we sacrifice every firstborn male to the Lord. The Sanhedrin, 54b, 21. The Gemara asks, what does it mean that the Torah does not deem a younger boy to be like an older boy? Rav says, it means that the Torah does not deem the intercourse of one who is less than 9 years old to be like the intercourse of one who is at least 9 years old. As for a male active intercourse to have legal status or full-fledged intercourse, the minimum age is 9. And Shmuel says the Torah does not deem the intercourse of a child who is less than 3 years old to be like that of one who is 3 years old. Sahih al-Bukhari, Hadith 5134. Aisha, that the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. NASA, Science for Kids. What is the Big Bang? The Big Bang is how astronomers explain the way the universe began. It is the idea that the universe began as just a single point, then expanded and stretched to grow as large as it is right now. And it is still stretching. This is from Science Alert. Scientists just captured the flash of light that sparks when a sperm meets an egg. 2016. www.sciencealert.com. Scientists have captured images of the flash of light that sparks at the very moment a human sperm cell makes contact with an egg. More incredible is the fact that some eggs burn brighter than others, which is a direct indication of their ability to develop into a healthy embryo, a team from Northwestern University found. Scientists have captured images of the flash of light that sparks at the very moment a human sperm cell makes contact with an egg. Do the right thing.